Ozil missing as Arsenal's kids run riot. Gareth Southgate makes a big call. One of Europe's hottest strikers is at it again. We've got a transfer roundup and, of course, today's Friday feels all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Frodick. You are the Onefootballers and this is the Daily News. So first off, and to the Europa League action from last night where yet again there was no Mesut Ozil in the matchday squad for Arsenal. This did not matter at all because they've got a whole bunch of new youngsters who are really doing the business. One of them being 18-year-old striker Gabriel Martinelli. After scoring 2 goals against Nottingham Forest in the League Cup, he was at it again, as Standard Liège found out when he bagged another 2 goals and got an assist as Arsenal comfortably won 4-0. There was also goals for Joe Willock and for Dani Ceballos, meaning that it's pretty exciting to be an Arsenal fan right now, unless you're Mesut Ozil, that is. When asked about why he wasn't in the squad, Unai Emery just gave the obvious answer of he needs to work more, he needs to continue to work in training, and then they'll see what happens in the weekend with their match against Bournemouth. So along with this, it was another promising night for the likes of Reece Nelson, who had a good game. Kieran Tierney is getting back to full match sharpness after an injury to start his Arsenal career. But the question of Ozil remains for me, why on earth did Unai Emery make him one of his 5 captains? So if you didn't know already, there's a sort of group of captains rather than just one of them in the squad. Xhaka is the lead, but there are 4 other players who have a massive say in the Arsenal dressing room. One of them, as I mentioned, being Ozil, who can't get into the squad. It just seems to me that his time at Arsenal is over, and maybe his time at the top level is over. Honestly, who's going to take him now for 350k a week for a player who could barely be bothered to play and show up when it really, really matters? Elsewhere though, there are still other problems for other English teams in Europe, including Manchester United. This is the first time in their European history that they failed to get a shot on target in the dull, blunt, boring 0-0 draw against AZ Alkmaar. Now, loads of you are going to be saying, oh, Matt, you're Man United bashing again. No, I'm not. They generally didn't have a shot on target. That's not me giving an opinion on how many shots on target they had. That is general fact. 0. That was the number. Marcus Rashford especially being pretty poor last night. As for Wolves, the other English side, well, they managed to win 1-0 very late on against Besiktas. Of course, we will come back to the Europa League in a minute, but for now, just moving on to Gareth Southgate. So he's had to make a few big calls as England manager, and none as big as in the recent squad announcement where the likes of Dele Alli, Jesse Lingard and Kyle Walker have all been left out. Now, for Lingard and Ali, it's completely understandable. Both of them, for United and Spurs respectively, have been piss poor. Nothing. They're contributing absolutely nothing. And the likes of Mason Mount and even Ross Barkley has been on his best one for Chelsea deserve their places in the squad. So does James Maddison of Leicester. As for the new boys, well, Fikayo Tomori joins the squad, as does Tammy Abraham, showing that Chelsea actually do have some pretty good youngsters once they allow them some game time. Of course, Tammy Abraham said recently he wasn't decided between England and Nigeria, but it now looks as though he will be playing for England. As for Tomori, he did have the chance to represent Canada at international level, having played for their youth teams and being born in Canada. So the last person that this leaves out the squad is Kyle Walker, and having started 6 of Manchester City's Premier League games, that's pretty harsh. Although Southgate did mention it, and I kind of understand what he's talking about. He said that Walker is more of a defensive right back. Not too sure about that. But anyway, said that the likes of Kieran Trippier and Alexander-Arnold provide far more going forward. They are definitely better crossers of the ball than Kyle Walker ever was. So you can kind of see this is the way Southgate's going to play. Both fullbacks are providing width and creating opportunities, much like Alexander-Arnold does at Liverpool. As for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's got tonsillitis so couldn't be involved in the squad, but all 3 were named for last month's qualifiers as well. So let me know what you think of the England squad and who you would or wouldn't have had in it. But moving on, and as I mentioned, back to some European football where Donyell Malen is proving himself to be one of the hottest properties in European football. This season, he's got 14 goals in 17 games for PSV, 10 in the last 6. He managed to bag another 2 last night in the 4-1 demolition in the Europa League, and it means that he's now on the radar of quite a few clubs, one of them being Liverpool and the other being Arsenal. This would be quite normal if it wasn't for the fact that he left Arsenal just a few years ago for £500,000. In a recent interview, there were rumours and reports that the reason he left was because he was a little bit overweight and Arsenal didn't want to push him into the first team. This has been absolutely rubbish by the man himself. He said that he was a massive prospect at the academy, and Arsenal coaches have backed this up, that they wanted to extend his contract with a year left, and he wasn't overweight, but in the end, he just wanted to play first team football. So he moved back to his homeland with PSV. PSV despite being in the Ajax academy as a youngster. This has paid massive dividends. He got Champions League experience last year against the likes of Tottenham, Barcelona and Inter Milan, and now this season he's even got his Holland debut where he came on and scored in that fantastic 4-2 victory over Germany. It's just going to show that when players do move away from the biggest club, if they're not seeing a direct route through to the first team, they can still make a massive name for themselves. As I mentioned, with all of these goals, it's now been quoted as 50 million is the amount of money that's going to see him leave PSV. Arsenal would look rather foolish paying 50 million for someone they just let go for 500k within the last 24 months. So next up we come to a roundup of the rest of the day's transfer / other news, where Dortmund's chief executive Hans-Joachim Watzke claims that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang left the club for Arsenal just for money. Well, Aubameyang responded to this by calling him out on Twitter, rubbishing the rumours and then calling him a clown. Nice one, Aubameyang. As for Kylian Mbappe, well, his injury seems to have flared up again, so he could miss this weekend's game for PSG. Donny van der Beek has ruled out a January switch to Real Madrid and says he will see out the season with Ajax. And last but not least, a bit of news from the English lower leagues, because we don't really cover it too much, where the goal-scoring legend turned manager Neil Harris at Millwall has finally left the club after a poor run which has seen them without a win in the last 8 games. So lastly but not least, of course, we come to Friday Feels. This is where you guys leave your footballing predictions for all the weekend's action in the comment section down below, and we call out a few of the winners on Monday. This weekend there are some massive games across Europe, and I'm going to go for 2 of the biggest. First off, and I'm going for Barcelona to beat Sevilla on Sunday night. Just though, I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory with Lionel Messi getting on the score sheet because, well, Lionel Messi things. Elsewhere, and Inter Milan against Juventus is a huge game at the top of Serie A, with Antonio Conte's men holding a 100% record after 6 games, and I'm going for that to actually continue. Going to go for 3-1 to Inter Milan against Juve. So that's all from me for today. Make sure you let me know your thoughts on the Friday Feels and the rest of today's daily news in the comment section down below. Watch there, you can also click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until then, have a great weekend and look out for a very special feature coming out this weekend on Ajax. Until next time though, I will see you guys later.